12.
Play this with lots of left-hand side. Couldn't have played it any better.
And with it, the whole complexion of the frame is changed. More options now.
$13.
Just decelled slightly. Managed to pot the red, but it was a delicate little shot to play position on the black. I don't think he's got a nice angle. And the pink goes, that's a bonus, and that is a nice angle to get on the red, as you can see. And when it came to the table, it looked to be 2 or 3 pots on. He somehow managed to fashion 19 so far with.
Nice.
You can definitely see at least another red and black. So managed to claw himself back into this frame.
$20.
Giving himself a lovely angle on the black. He'd love to go with the 2 reds in the cushion. He'd love to be able to somehow, I don't know if he's got the natural angle, put the cue ball in between the 2 reds and just separate them. Hit 2 reds at the same time. It's pretty good. They weren't exactly at the same time, but he's given himself a pot at one.
27.
Tricky little shot this. It's a blind pocket, which means you can see the pocket's not in his eye line when he's playing the shot.
$28.
What a battler. Selby just wants him to go away, but he isn't.
Not sure if the natural enough is on, pot in the blue. But he wants to leave the cue ball somewhere near that pocket to be able to have a pot of the red. It's going to be going pretty close. Pretty close.
Foul. Hussain vafei 28. Black Selby 5.
He looks up and smiles. It always looked like it was on there enough, but the cue ball just seemed to keep running, didn't it?
Well, a very good call, Stephen, but you've won 7 world titles, so we'd expect it.
It was always going to be close, but I didn't know that the enough was actually on. And that's where he wanted to leave the cue ball. He just wanted to stop it short to leave himself a pot in the red, but he did ever so well to get himself back into this frame at least.
And that's a 10-point difference, of course. Deprived of 5 points for the blue, giving 5 points to Selby. £14 points of difference, so if Mark Selby puts 2 reds with a
couple of blacks, maybe a pink. It'll be enough to leave Hussain needing a snooker. I mean, you'd normally always back Mark Selby in these kind of situations, but Hussain has got the better of him in 2 or 3 of them this afternoon. That's a brilliant shot. That really is a brilliant safety shot. He's forced a mistake. An excellent safety from Hussain. He's got a pot to the left corner, but it's a dangerous one. If you catch the red too thick, you can cannon into the red and black. Could leave Mark Selby the chance to win the match. So it's fraught with danger, this. I thought for a second that Mark was snookered on both reds, but he can pot this red. And as I said before, because it's such a thin cut, if you miss it, the red can stay over the pocket.
One.
That was a real wobbler, wasn't it? Thought about staying out, but just finally flopped into the pocket. Much to Selby's relief. Nothing easy still, though. Nothing easy.
No, it's just when you want to have a nice angle on a colour to be able to play for the red. You don't get it. Might even refuse a pot here. Yeah, he's still coming to look where he wants to leave the cue ball. There's really no point in playing a pot if you can't get to the red. I'd be tempted to roll up to the yellow and leave the white this side of the yellow, so Hussain has to really bridge over the yellow, and it'd be a horrible shot to play. I think if you lay the snooker, there's always a chance of getting out of it and getting safe. I think bridging over that yellow would be really tough.
Mark Selby won.
Well, he did his maths there and realised that by putting the brown safe, if he gets a chance here, he could score enough to put the frame beyond reach. And of course, Vafei will need the brown.
Foul. Mark Selby 4.
Now there you see, he wanted the cue ball to hit the far jaw, did Mark Selby. And what does it do? Go in. So the red is still on, but it from much lengthier range.
Playing for the black. Red and black would put on 27 ahead. 27 on the table. No, beautiful pot.
Ball.
Right in the middle of the pocket, but no position on the black. What's your choice? Try and pot the black in the right middle, or just tuck up behind it? I think I know what my money's on.
Well, he's 20 in front now, Selby, so if he lays a really tough snooker, and vafei fails to escape twice, it's then snookers required.
Mark Selby 1.
It was a beautiful pot in the red, right in the middle of the pocket from Mark Selby. Looking like it might be the pot that wins him this match, not directly, but indirectly.
Selby within touching distance of his 51st ranking event semi-final and 4th this season. But he's not there yet.
Yeah, this was beautifully cued. Hussain vafei is having a little smile to himself. He's enjoying these moments, these pressure moments. And he's missed the yellow first time.
Foul.
You say,
And the
Phil, he
miss.
can't afford to miss it a second time.
Mark Selby 4.
But I don't think he'll even be allowed, because he's gone in off and left Mark a chance to put the yellow, and this should be game over.
Two.
The jester has had the last laugh.
Five.
And you can hear the sigh of relief all the way to Leicester. 29 in front, 22 on. Vafei needs a couple of snookers. Head bowed, he knows.
Mark Selby 5.
Well, Stephen, it's looking like 10 out of 10 for Mark Selby. Not in terms of marks for this performance, but in terms of successive matches won.
Yeah, he's on a great run. And I'm sure he'll just be delighted to get the result here and look forward to that semi-final tomorrow night with Jack Lazowski. A player who you would think would be tailor-made for Mark Selby. The way he attacks the balls and aggressive he is, but if they go in, that's a different matter.
The texture, the complexion of that match will be very different to this one. Whoever prevails. This is the third frame of the contest that's taken over half an hour. Frame 5 took 45 minutes.
Yeah, there's one thing Mark Selby knows, although he's on that 10-match run, as you say, he knows he's going to have to up his game from today's performance if he's going to win another tournament this week. The two opponents he's got tomorrow, and if he wins on Sunday, the world champion or the world number one, he's going to have to be back to his best.
So, Stephen, describe to us the feeling when you've been close to losing a match. You should never lose, and you finally, in the end, get over the line.
You just said it, Phil. It's just a massive sigh of relief, because I think Mark probably came into this match knowing it was going to be an awkward one. As you said, he's had quite tough matches with Hussain before, so you might have expected this kind of match. But when Mark Selby plays these types of opponents, I'd like to see him just be more aggressive with his shot choice and the way he plays safe. But he'll be delighted he's into the semi-final.
And he could be getting his hands on that trophy.
Yeah, sure. On the blue as well, yeah. Yeah.
The equation now, the brown has gone in. It's 25 points. Selby's in front. Just 18 left. Still 2 snookers required. Massive ask against anyone, let alone Selby.
Also, when you go through a whole tournament, sometimes it's quite rare for you to play well in every single match. There's going to be matches along the way where you don't play as well. It's just about getting that win, getting the W, as we say. And Mark Selby's done that. But every credit to Hussain Vafei. He's still out there fighting. And this is not an easy hit.
We affectionately call our own Alan McManus angles when it comes to snooker geometry. Mark Selby is also a genius. But not on that occasion.
Foul.
Narrow.
Same for vafei 5.
The gap is reduced to 20 points. 1 snooker needed.
Comfort zone of 2 snookers is gone. And what that does is the next time you're snookered, it just puts that little bit of doubt in your mind. Good effort. No snooker. Mark Selby's job in this situation is to put as much distance between cue ball and object ball as possible. And it becomes very difficult for your opponent to control the cue ball and navigate a snooker. Showing to play the over or in shot.
Anton Deck should be here because right now Mark Selby is thinking, I'm a 3-time world champion. Get me out of here. Is it true to say you're thinking the same, Stephen?
Well, after you've said that, I want to get out of here.
Can Selby knock in the blue and finish this off? Well, I'll tell you what, he came out to the Rocky theme and he's shown a lot of Rocky traits in this one, Vafei. Continually on the ropes, but not going down.
Yeah, a little shake of the head. He knew that was a decent opportunity there.
Five. The frame.
That is
On the
that.
mat.
The concession arrives. What a struggle. The smile remains on Hussain Vafei's face. The jester is a lot more serious, but inside he's delighted because he's through to the semi-final of the World Grand Prix, winning eventually 5-3.